Welcome back, fellow mobile game fanatics. I'm MyTyme, MyNBA2k17. Before we kick it off, I just want to address a little issue that the game had the other day. Basically, prior to the release of King of the Court, which is a new game mode, which we're going to come on to in a moment. Click it here. It's pretty fun. To be fair, I can't believe I actually didn't anticipate this. Thinking back, after the release of Rain the Rink in NHL, I should have really thought, hey, you know what? They could bring a different mode to MyNBA. Now, they didn't do that last season. I know they brought endurance to NHL and they didn't bring anything to MyNBA, but I should have put two and two together and predicted this, really. That's bad on my behalf, or at least something similar to this. But a new game mode, we'll come back to this in a minute. When they were releasing this game, they actually had a big bug occur. Now, I don't know if you guys are online at this time, but they basically said, and I can show you from the extras, the card limits were like 110, 130 and stuff for extras, for abilities, all this thing. And people were struggling to play games. They couldn't understand why, because it said you had your card limit's been maxed, etc. Cat Daddy acknowledged the error. They come back, they put out a little patch, made all the card limits up to 5,000 for abilities, enhancements, etc. Not for your general cards. General cards stay the same at 200, but all the other bits were causing errors. I even had at one point, I had on my screen, and it did say waiting on network, and I eventually had to close out and come back, and it was changed. But I did have, and I can't actually show you there. I can show you, of course I can show you. If you just go to quick sell anything, so let's just say we're going to quick sell a card. Okay, so you can see the new weekly limit is at 100,000 at the moment. Now, you can't exceed that because your daily limit is only 2,500. But I did have, at one point, the daily limit saying 250,000 and the weekly limit saying 1 million. Now, I wasn't sure if that was actually meant to be like that or not, because if it was, I'd just say, guys, every time you get cards, just consistently just sell, quick sell all those cards that you don't sell on the auction house, and it would have been a really good way for free people to play, especially in these events, to keep getting all those cards, selling them off, and getting that bit extra RP to help you even seasons, or to help you go and buy cards, etc. But it looks like it's just a temporary fix there to solve out this bug that they had. Obviously, you're not going to be able to make 100k RP a week if you've got a 2,500 limit on a day, but it has increased the cap you technically could get to 17,500, so that is, at least for the time being, a slight improvement, especially for people who want to play for free and want to sell those cards and get RP for it. But with all that said, we're going to come to, before King of the Court, we're actually going to kick off and have a look at my season. Now, there is something pretty special about this season, and what is special is I made it to the finals and I actually won. Okay, this is the first time I have won a season when it's the top season in this game. So, for example, winning star tier when star tier is the top tier. I've won legendary seasons in the past when star tier or player tier was out, but never won a star season or a top tier season. So for me, it was quite easy. There's quite a few bots. I had a pretty easy run all the way through to the final, where I come up against Donk, who is actually a person. Now, I knew this when we were in the final and I checked his stats, but he's replied a few days ago, so shout out to you, Donk. Unlucky in the final, mate. I kind of thought it was done and dusted, and I stopped looking at about game 3, and then he energized. It's just that, you know, that kind of timing when he energizes and I energize. He energized for game 4, and was it game 4? No, okay, he didn't energize for game 4. He energized for game 5, and now I obviously think this is all done. I'm not energizing, so it went down to a final game, and I actually beat him because I stat charged my cards. I only stat charged them like once because there's only going to be one match that was important, so I just put one charge in each of my cards, the majority of my cards, even my epics, just to make sure, or to increase my chances of getting that win. So if you go to actually claim rewards, the rewards have changed fractionally. Now, I can't show you here, but in previous videos you might remember it said that for winning the finals you got a random star card. Okay, that was your reward. Now you get a random star record setter card. So for me, I actually wanted the star card so I can try and build some more pros, because it's going to be harder to get record setter cards, but I'll take the win. Now, the second prize was just a random star card. Then the semi-finals were, I think, think it's record setters, then the quarterfinals were like MVP legendaries, and in the first round is a regular legendary card. So my tactic before of getting started, and if I went out in the semis or I might get a legendary card and I can try and build some more legendary cards to potentially sell off in the future. It's going to be a lot more difficult now, because you can't sell MVPs, you can't sell record setters, because you can't pull them off the board as it currently stands. Unless they change that in the game, those cards can never be sold. So it has made things a fraction more difficult for me in that sense, but never mind. So we're going to come and claim this, see what we get for our first season win as well. This, I believe, should put me into Skybox as well, something else I've never been in, which we can come on to another time. But once we've done with waiting on network, which is going to be now, or now, yeah. Claim rewards, star card, record setter, first win of a star season ever, first win of a season which is the top season you can be in for me on this game, and I get record setter. Don't know what to get. Okay, cool, didn't really have any preference. We'll train him up and we'll keep him. He will replace some of those 6,000 RP. He will replace some of those Epic Pros, and here we go. Skybox Elite membership achieved. Check the auction house for exclusive auctions. Now, I might be wrong, and somebody let me know in the box below, especially you guys who've been here for, but I think you could. Can you trade some of these cards in Skybox? I will actually have a fiddle around off camera. I'm not going to do that now, but let me know if you can or can't, because it would help me. It said first time in Skybox. I know it's like a special place where you can auction cards between other people who have made it, so I will definitely be looking into that. But let's come back and have a look at King of the Court. Okay, so what is King of the Court? Well, if you play any other Cat Daddy games, it runs literally like Money in the Bank in WWE or Rain the Rink in NHL. Now, currently, I have found it difficult to get to the top. Okay, it is far more challenging than the NHL version, but I do think that you can edit your lineup and manipulate it to help you, but I can't show that at the moment because I haven't played it enough. So what I'm going to hopefully do is bring you a better gameplay video in the future once I've messed around with it a little bit, so we'll see. But for now, I'll show you the gameplay. Many of you might have already played it. If you kind of stopped playing the game, you might come back for this weekend to show it, so to give it a go, see what it's like. This is the team that I use. I've basically gone autofill and put in my best cards. Obviously I can improve that now, and you're going to take your best cards in and you're going to fight your way up what is called a pyramid to the top, and you become the King of the Court by getting to the top. So your game nights, it's not unlimited. Game nights, they will refresh, just like if you're doing Road to the Championship, for example. They refresh every 15 minutes, and you battle cards depending on certain stats, and whoever's got the highest stat wins. It says be careful in what you pick, and when you get to the top, you get a bonus. So the idea is you want to get to the top because you get double points. Okay, you can get some matches which are worth 2 times the points, and obviously they're preferable to play, but the main aim of it is to get to the top. You are best off to make sure they're guaranteed to get to the top rather than to just play every 2-point match and not make the top, and I'll try and show you why in a moment. So if we click on play, and I might pause this for a sec. Yeah, I'm just going to pause this and just come back in, okay? So give me 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm back. So this tells me that it's going to be an offense or a playmaking match. Now, what I've seen so far, none of these cards have any abilities attached to them. Okay, I haven't seen that yet. Correct me if I'm wrong, or if you've played it more than me and you have noticed them have abilities. I haven't seen any cards have abilities. Therefore, it's a basic calculation of who has the better stats to who's going to win. So ideally, I want to pick somebody whose offense and playmaking are better than one of these cards, so I can get the win. Now, I still have some of my cards stat charged for this, and that is one little tip that I'm going to potentially bring to you in my next video on the game, that stat charging can help you quite a bit, because these cards don't ever come out stat charged either. So 2 things: abilities not being used, so you can put abilities on your cards if you're struggling, and they're not being stat charged. So I do need to test it a bit more. Pretty sure that is right. You can let me know in the comments below, so you can get a little bit of a bonus in that regard by charging your cards, and it's not hard to do because you get 10 picks off the board for a win in this and 5 for a loss, but I'm using double points, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right, even if you don't use it. I think it's 10 and 5. It might be 4 and 8 if you're not using hot streaks, but you get quite a few picks. You can use those cards to stat charge your cards and keep playing, kind of thing. So I look here, I say offense and playmaking. You can use your supports, no problems. I say, well, pretty much this is an easy win here because he's charged, so I can use my Simmons. Comes in, gets the win, and I move up to the next ladder of the level of the pyramid. There we go. Cards gone, 5 cards left, 4 levels to go. So as you can see, you would end up with an extra card if you beat each level with only 1 card, so it gives you 1 opportunity to mess up and recover from, in theory. Okay, here we've got that +2, so I get +2 if I can beat this card here. Now we've got defense, rebound, playmaking, and rebound. So the key stat here is rebound, because it's definitely going to be a rebound call. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you me attempting to go for the most points rather than get to the top. Now the safe play here would be to play, say, is that Chris Bosh, and guarantee myself a win. But I'm actually going to use my best card, my Chris Paul card here, come for the guarantee win to get the double points. So I will get +4 for this match rather than +2. Your total points so far accumulated, shown here in gold on the right hand side. If you get to the top of the pyramid, everything you've earned is double. If you don't, and you say you fall short on the second level, you get just whatever you've accumulated on the 3rd, 4th and 5th. So here we go. 2, Marcus Aldridge. Defense, offense, playmaking, playmaking. Playmaking a key stat. Who's got my best playmaking? One of these two down here. We'll go with Blake Griffin because his offense and defense are both also going to be good enough to beat him, especially although his offense is less, because it's with playmaking as well. His playmaking's 300 greater than Aldridge. We're going to get the win. So we go up to tier 2. Same again. What's that? Is that? It's not Bob Dandridge, is it? I can't really see from here. Playmaking again. We'll go with Maurice Cheeks here. Now this is a little bit of an unfair representation because I have been playing this game without stat charge. You can see none of these cards so far have been stat charged, so it makes it a bit easier. When I was using my cards which weren't stat charged against these cards, I was having a couple of problems, and as you can see here, I've now run up against a star pro, so neither of these cards on their own can beat this card. So I'm going to throw my Kevin Love, lose. What happens is you see some red figures next to the numbers now, so whatever Kevin Love's totals were, they were removed from the card. So if he say had 500 in playmaking, the 500 was taken off of the card's playmaking, and then I get to attack it again with its new figures. So the figures in red show you 1800, 1900. I can't win this, okay? This is a loss. This is the reason why I say you should prioritize on guaranteeing yourself to get to the top of the ladder, because I only got 14 points for this, rather than trying to go for all the double points, okay? But that is the basic play. So you want to get to the top of the ladder, top of the pyramid even, rather than necessarily just trying to get all the ×2 cards. So I get 5 picks because I had a hot streak on. I'm not sure if it's 4 picks without. In fact, we'll work it out now. We'll play one more game, and then I will come back at a later time with some better tactics, strategies to show you guys. But this time we're going to concentrate and get right to the top, okay? So we're not going to go for the +2s or the ×2 matches unless I can easily do them. So here I've got 1 epic card, so it'd be a good time to throw the epic card out, but I'm not. I'm going to go for the ×2 here. Defense, we've got 2 star pros, so I should be okay to get to top here. So Draymond Green, in you go. With these cards being stat charged in specific specific attributes, it is making it a little bit easier. So we will use Evans here. Let me just double check. Playmaking, he's going to be easily. Offense, he's easily in, and rebounding, he easily beat. Okay, so no problems here. You kind of want to use the weakest possible card you can to get the job done, rather than using all your strong cards straight away, because as you progress up the pyramid, you're more likely to come against harder opponents. Okay, so you're not, for example, going to find an epic pro at the top if you're in star tier or star plus, as I'm in, but you could find a legendary pro or a star single, for example, quite quite often you might find a star pro, so you want to try and keep some of your better cards towards the end. Here we go. This has all 4 stats in call, so I just need a general card, which is pretty good, as Maurice is still hard charged and doing his stuff. In he goes, gets the win. Come out to the next one. Nice, in my favour here, so I'll just throw in a star pro because this is a guaranteed win. And now I've got 2 cards left for the final tier, and I have a star pro and a regular star card. So for example, if I throw this in and I were to lose, but I'm not going to lose to Horace Grant here, if I were to lose, I could then still use my Dennis Rodman to come and get the final victory. Boom, at the top, ×2. So rather than getting 8 points, I get 16. Correct. Okay, so I got 8 points accumulated on the side for 2 single wins of a point each, 3 double point wins of 8 points. My total points doubled to 16. If I had been using the hot streak, that would have been 32. So as you can see, 32 points is a lot more than 14 for not making it to the top. Yes, there's a cap. 40 points is the most you can get. Even if you don't get the 40 points, it is miles better than you get to the top, okay? That is the key to this event. If you consistently fall short on the second to last or the last tier, you are going to drastically reduce your opportunities of getting the rewards that you're after, okay? Just bear that in mind, because it is nothing good in camera. It is difficult, okay? It's difficult to get to the top if you just go for all the ×2 matches and you don't manage the cards you've been given, because you're not always going to get your best cards, because there's a 15 to pick from. Sometimes you are going to actually have to think and manage your way to the top, which is what makes this event good. It isn't just sit there and click like in the first 4 or 5 cards of, say, Road to the Championship, where you know you can easily do it and you just click without looking, that kind of stuff. You actually have to think in this game, so that does make it good. We'll have a quick look at the rewards, okay? The theme here, as we scroll down, are young upcoming stars, potentially people that could be the faces of the future of the game. So we won't really look at Devin Booker from Ultra. We'll go up here from this Porzingis. So Kristaps Porzingis here, epic card, dual position. If you've just started the game, not bad. Probably want to try and aim in the top 40,000. You should be able to do that pretty easy for an epic pro if you were going to use a star card, okay? But we'll forget star contracts for now. Ignore that. You get 2. You get a dupe of him. We move up. If you finish 14 to 22,000, you get him and Devin Booker, okay? Come up to Karl-Anthony Towns. Now, I could actually technically finish in this position because I do have a Karl-Anthony Towns. More realistically, if I finish in the top 4 to 8,000, I'd have 3 Karl-Anthony Towns, and then I can just use one of my veteran contracts to pro him. So that's probably what I will end up doing if I don't play the event enough. Don't have to force myself to fall into here. Ideally, if I could get a D'Angelo Russell, that would be awesome. So this is the ideal place to finish, 500 to 1,000. Will I do that? I don't think so this weekend. I've got a lot of work and stuff coming up on Saturday, Sunday. Can't really see myself pushing into here. And at the top, you've got Joel Embiid. So probably the most, should we say, popular guy to win Rookie of the Season. All these guys, young upcoming talents. That's what we're aiming for. Me, ideally, I'm going to definitely get Karl-Anthony Towns, but I will try and get that D'Angelo Russell as well. Okay, and so just before I go, so before I add this on at the end, I do have a little confession. I did do a pack opening without you guys, okay? There was I had some credits there, and there was one of these little sales I did. I thought I'll just give it a try. And I actually got Dennis Rodman. Yep, so sorted him out, trained him up. He's there, been using the seam, and we've got Rodman. Pretty happy with that. I think it was 1 pack or 2 packs. Can't remember what it was. I think it was one of those 15% off the regular deluxe packs, not the deluxe 4 ones. Got him, super pumped, really happy for that. I've also probed my Michael Finley, which gives me 3 star pros. I'm going to probably try and get another Andrew Wiggins, and we've obviously got this Dirk here now as well, which we can start to work on. So in my next video, I'm going to give you guys not so much a target, but I'm going to try and give something back to people in the near future, and the details will be in the next video. And it's going to basically be kind of if I can get a load of likes, depending on how many I get, It's going to depend on what kind of prizes I give back to you guys, but be prepared to potentially get some free epic legendary cards, etc. I'm also going to set myself a challenge, and if I can make that challenge, I'm also going to give back to you guys for the future. So for the future of my NBA, hopefully if it gets there and it doesn't die before then. But just before we do that, let's quickly have a look at get cards, show you something that they also released with this King of the Court. You've got record set of packs now. You can get a foil legendary to star player, so it does make it easier now to get those pros with these packs. You've also got all stars and Hall of Fame pack now. All Star is probably pack a lot of people would want to go for. There are a lot of credits. Will I be buying any of them at the moment? Not at this moment in time. That's not to say I won't buy them, okay? Just not at this moment in time, because if we look at the King of the Court, and I can actually, oh no, not King of the Court, the season now, I can show you the rewards, how they've changed a bit. If I were to join a season, you can see here, random star card for second, record setter for first, and here you go, record setters, MVPs and legendary cards for the places below that, as long as you qualify out of the group stage. So record setter pack, maybe if you want to try and get pros, maybe that would be the pack to go for. If you click on get cards, you'll see here they actually do have a discount on record setter pack, so probably if I was going to do anything, I'd try this pack. The bad thing about it is you could still just get that legendary card, which isn't great. The difference between these All-Star and Hall of Fame packs is they do guarantee you a star card. So if you want to spend 5,000 credits, you can guarantee yourself a star card. Is that good or not? You guys let me know if you bought any of those packs in the comments below. If you have, and they've got a reasonably good drop rate, let me know. I might be tempted. I'm not going to do it at the moment because I don't have that much faith in them, I'll be honest. But if it's something you guys want to see, maybe I will give it a spin at some point. So thank you for watching again. I've been MyTyme. Sorry it's been a slightly longer episode. Next one's going to bring you some tips and tricks on King of the Court once I've actually tested them out and I don't misguide you. It's also going to bring you this promotion which I'm going to be doing for the future, and hopefully it'll be a different background as well. So let me know in the comments what you think if I need to do something like this. I do have a few other things that I'm going to be adding to it, try and do it all myself, so apologies if it's not quite as crisp and professional as some of the other YouTubers out there, but everyone's got to start somewhere. Anyway, thank you. I've been MyTyme. See you all soon. Good luck with King of the Court.